So it's been 55 months since I relocated to this country called Lagos. Wow, where did all that time go? Honestly, life, and um, it lived in ways that I never knew that I never knew it could. Truth is, I really wanted to record the process, because somewhere at the back of my mind, I knew that it would get better with time, but I just kept, getting into some really, really weird seasons where I was trying to figure out a lot all at once, hustling, I was working, new environment, I was even trying to figure out Lagos, trying to figure out myself, and somewhere in all of that, recording videos just wasn't important to me as much. It was just about surviving, and so I sort of stopped feeling like it was a priority. I mean, sometimes I'll open my camera, sit down, and have literally nothing to say, or I'll film something, and when I watch it back later, I'm just like, who is this girl? What is she really trying to do? Who is she trying to like? It was just all over the place. So I just stopped. I could not just be bothered, and I told myself I'll be back soon. Soon became 1 week, 1 month, 1 month became 1 year. And before I knew it, I was that friend who would say, "Oh, we're going to link up this weekend," and it just never happened, right? Okay, so when I moved to Lagos in September of 2021, I was delusional. I was full of delusion. I mean, I came to Lagos with just two suitcases, a dream, and the most unrealistic timeline that you have ever heard of. In my head, by 6 months, I'll be that girl. I'll be settled, brunches Sunday, glowing skins of life, the whole package. But little did I know that Lagos was not like that, or life was really not like that. It was hustle. It was serious, serious hustle. I mean, the first year, obviously, I was in survival mode. I was trying to survive. Year two, I think it was depression. Year three, yeah, I started getting myself together. I got to the gym, went into therapy, and then year four, I started feeling like myself again. And now, almost year five, I'm in a place that I never imagined a few years ago that I would ever be, and somehow it's even better than the delusional plan that I initially had, the delusional and unrealistic plan that I had, different, slower, but I can tell you for a fact, way, way better. So, here are just some things that I have learned, some of my biggest lessons that I've learned on this journey. And the honest truth is, this is real. This is really, really how it has been for me. So, first thing would be Lagos will humble you. Lagos will build you, at the same time it would humble you. One day you are crying in traffic, the next you are closing a deal you never thought was possible. I mean, this city is just everything. The city it doesn't just have a middle ground. You tick everything all at once. Lagos is wild, you guys. Lagos is not for the it's not for the soft-hearted. Lagos is hard. Lagos will make you hard and it will make you soft at the same time. For so long, I had to just, really, really struggle to fit in, really struggle to know where to even start. Herself and her friend without knowing them from anywhere. So she heard I was coming to Lagos, and she's like, "Oh, since you don't have anywhere to stay, you can be with my family and I." It really wasn't what I expected, but it was a good place to stay at the time when I had just moved in. But the beautiful thing is, um I think it was 3 months, 2 months before, 2 months ish after I moved to Lagos, I got my own apartment. And that's even something that we should talk about. The power of your imagination, the power of your spoken words is very, very important, because the place where I eventually stayed, my first apartment, I remember very clearly that when I got into that space, when I got into that estate, I'm like, oh, this is such a beautiful place. I would love to stay here, because for me, right, it was giving the vibe of where I grew up in, an estate, a gated community, estate, lights and all that. So I'm like, oh, this will be so good. It will be so good if I can get a place. But when I heard the amount I was going to pay for rent there, hey, talking about rent, we should have that conversation, but that will be for another day. So some of the things that I have learned is community. So I feel like, based on my experience, right, coming from a place where I really thrived a lot on community, my church community, and currently where I am, or how things are for me right now, I thrive very well with in my church community, right? And I feel like, for anybody who is just relocating, whether it's to Lagos or to wherever it is, if you can find yourself in a church community, it makes things easier for you. Make sure you try to identify yourself with, people of the same faith. I'm a Christian, so I would always talk about being a Christian. Yeah, identify with people of the same faith. That's the easiest way. I can tell you, that's the easiest way to make friends. Is the easiest way to blend in, right? It worked for me like magic. Next thing I would just like to say is, your timelines are not supposed to be signed, sealed, delivered. One of the timelines I gave to myself when I was moving here to Lagos is, I want to be settled in 6 months. And glory be to God, yes, in 6 months, I mean, I got a good job at the time, and I got a good place that was my own. I wasn't supporting with anybody, and I gave myself timeline of 6 months that I would have been settled. And this happened in the space of, say, 3 months. I got my first job in less than 3 months, and almost immediately I got a space as well. So that worked for me. However, I feel like it put so much pressure on me, considering the fact that I was just moving into a new place, a new city. I feel like I should have given myself some air to breathe. I would have given myself some time, to adjust and all that, but I didn't do that. So what I came in was hustle, hustle, hustle immediately, right? So yeah. Number 4 is peace. Peace is the real flex. Not the apartment, not the car, not the title, not the job. Peace. Right? The day I stopped performing and actually enjoying real peace, that was the day that I felt like I have started to live. And everything really shifted for me, because now I was not living for anybody. I wasn't living on anyone's terms. I was living on my terms now. Even when I kept putting pressure on myself, oh, you need to come back to YouTube, you need to come back to YouTube, you need to get on YouTube. At some point, I just told myself, I'm not doing this thing again. Okay, what will happen? If I actually stop doing this thing, nothing will happen, right? So, peace of mind. If it's not working and you are sure you've done your best, move on. There are so many other big things that you can do with your life and your time. The fifth thing out of the many things that I would want to talk about today is God. You guys, God is so real. God is so real. I saw God in so many ways than I could ever imagine during this period, during this process. Sometimes I would literally just be thinking about something and it happens, right? I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Number of times that I have been at the end of my rope and something out of nowhere just worked out. And it's not luck, it is not coincidence. I know who's been holding me. And we are going to be talking more about that, or a lot more about God, about life in the coming videos, right? So today, May 2026, quick check-in. I am now 30 plus. You guys are also scared of turning 30, but I'm now 30 plus and single. Number two, check in, guys. I'm now in the gym. Yes, me. This girl who left Port Harcourt is now this girl. The one who used to feel very timid, very insecure is now this girl who is now very confident and loves herself so much. Yeah, check-in number three. I'm building my career intentionally. No more taking every opportunity just because it showed up, right? And that's on period. When I initially came in, I used to move I used to literally take everything that comes because I was just hustling. I was just trying to survive. But you guys, now I am intentionally building my career, and that's why I'm up here again. Number four, checking in. My faith is stronger than it has ever been. And this period, I have faced the most challenges in my life. I've been suicidal, I've been depressed, you guys, but all that will unpack later. And I'm finally learning to love myself, learning to love my own company, learning to love myself so much that the things I used to do before in the past just to feel loved, just to feel seen, just to feel appreciated. Well, that's the headline. The details, we are going to be talking about every single one of those in incoming videos on this channel. So, if you've been here for this past 55 months and you've not unsubscribed, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that you're still here. I see you. I really do see you. Thank you. And if you're new here, pull your chair because we're just getting started. But please do me a favor before you go, subscribe, hit the bell notification, drop a comment. I'm reading every single one of them. You guys, I love you and I missed you so much. I will see you soon in another video. Bye bye for now.